Imagine a world on fire, a world where the very fabric of society is torn apart by the relentless march of war. Nations clashed, ideologies collided, and the future of humanity was uncertain. The skies roared with fighter planes, and the seas churned with naval fleets. Heroes rose from the ashes, performing acts of bravery. Civilians showed resilience and courage in the face of unimaginable adversity. This is the story of World War II, the most devastating conflict in human history. A war that reshaped borders, ideologies, and the future of our planet. In the 1930s, the world was still reeling from World War I. Economic turmoil and dissatisfaction with the Treaty of Versailles created fertile ground for radical ideologies. Charismatic leaders like Hitler, Mussolini, and Japanese militarists promised national pride and prosperity, but their true intentions were sinister. They used propaganda and violence to gain power, forming the Axis powers. United by totalitarian ideologies, Germany, Italy, and Japan aimed to conquer the world, setting the stage for a global conflict. Key events like the 1936 Berlin Olympics showcased Nazi power, while Italy's invasion of Ethiopia in 1935 and Japan's invasion of China in 1937 demonstrated their aggressive expansionist policies. World War II was a war like no other. It was fought on land, sea, and air, from the frozen tundras of Russia to the scorching deserts of North Africa, from the dense jungles of the Pacific to the bombed-out streets of Europe. No corner of the globe was spared. The war's impact was felt by civilians everywhere. Economies were transformed as nations mobilized for total war. The aftermath reshaped the world order, leading to the formation of the United Nations and a new era of international relations. 1942 marked the turning point. In the Pacific, the U.S. Navy scored a decisive victory at Midway, sinking 4 Japanese aircraft carriers. In Europe, the Allies launched Operation Overlord, the D-Day invasion, landing over 156,000 troops on Normandy's beaches. Thousands of soldiers stormed the beaches of Normandy, facing unimaginable horrors to liberate Europe. On the Eastern Front, the Battle of Stalingrad became a brutal turning point, with the Soviet forces encircling and defeating the German Sixth Army. This victory marked a significant shift in the war as the Soviets began to push westward. In North Africa, the Allies achieved victory at El Alamein, pushing Axis forces back and securing the Suez Canal. These pivotal moments in 1942 and 1943 marked the beginning of the end for the Axis powers as their losses mounted and their resources dwindled. World War II wasn't just about battles and heroes, it was about unimaginable suffering. Millions endured starvation and displacement. The Holocaust claimed 6 million Jews. Families were torn apart. Cities were reduced to rubble. Relentless bombings left neighborhoods in ruins. In 1945, Hiroshima and Nagasaki were obliterated by atomic bombs. The war left countless families shattered, with orphaned children and grieving parents. The psychological scars haunted soldiers and civilians alike. In the aftermath, the world struggled to rebuild and find peace. Resistance fighters, ordinary citizens, and brave soldiers fought not just for victory, but for freedom, justice, and a better world. In the darkest times, they found ways to resist. Their courage reminds us that even in the face of evil, the human spirit can prevail. The French resistance, the Polish Home Army, and the Yugoslav partisans were just a few of the many groups that rose up. The bravery of resistance leaders, the contributions of women and even children, all played a crucial role. From the underground movements to the open celebrations of liberation, hope was never lost. Smuggling operations, sabotage missions, and espionage activities were all part of the resistance's efforts. Their stories of resilience and hope continue to inspire us today. The road to victory in Europe was paved with pivotal military operations and crucial political decisions. On June 6, 1944, the Allies launched the D-Day invasion, storming the beaches of Normandy. By August, Paris was liberated, a significant morale boost for the Allied forces. The Battle of the Bulge in December tested the Allies' resolve, but they emerged victorious. In February 1945, the Yalta Conference saw Churchill, Roosevelt, and Stalin planning the final stages of the war. On May 8, 1945, Germany surrendered. The war in Europe was over. Cities erupted in celebration as the Allies declared victory. Winston Churchill addressed the nation, marking a historic moment. Parades and street parties filled the cities with joy. Soldiers returned home, reuniting with their families. But the war wasn't over yet. The Pacific still burned. In August 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The devastation was unimaginable. The bombings resulted in the deaths of over 100,000 people and left both cities in ruins. Survivors faced severe radiation sickness, long-term health issues, and profound psychological trauma. On September 2, 1945, Japan formally surrendered, bringing the deadliest conflict in history to an end. The ceremony took place aboard the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay, marking the beginning of a new era. The surrender not only ended World War II, but also ushered in a period of reconstruction and profound change for Japan and the world. Out of the ashes of war rose a new world order. The United Nations was formed to prevent future conflicts and promote global cooperation. Nations rebuilt, and the world began to heal. The Marshall Plan played a crucial role in Europe's recovery, fostering economic growth and stability. But the lessons of World War II, the cost of hatred, the importance of unity, and the resilience of the human spirit remain with us to this day. The Marshall Plan played a crucial role in Europe's recovery, fostering economic growth and stability. The Nuremberg trials brought justice to war criminals and set precedents for international law. A cultural revival emerged, with art and literature reflecting the war's impact and celebrating peace. However, the end of World War II also marked the beginning of the Cold War, a period of geopolitical tension between the Soviet Union and the Western Allies. This new conflict would shape global politics for decades to come. World War II was a testament to the best and worst of humanity. It reshaped the world, leaving an indelible mark on history. The war showcased the extremes of human nature, from cruelty to bravery and selflessness. Amidst the chaos, there were countless acts of courage and sacrifice. Soldiers risked their lives, and ordinary people performed extraordinary feats of heroism. Let us remember those who fought and fell. Their sacrifices paved the way for the freedoms we enjoy today. Their vision for a brighter future inspires us to strive for a more just and compassionate world. Because their story is our story, and their legacy is our future. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more epic stories from history to life. Share this video with friends and family to spread the knowledge and keep the conversation going. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history.